Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery, and today we're going to do another Manik Manik Indonesian handmade glass sell down show. So stay tuned. We're going to do a little bit of chatting, a little bit of catching up, and then we'll dive on into the sell down. So
I'm here too, kind of.
Andrew's kind of here. He has to leave in about 15 minutes for another meeting. We've been having meetings today, lots of conference calls and meetings.
What happened to our lives, William?
I don't know. We've turned into corporate people apparently. But so yeah, we're here. Hopefully you're here. I don't have anyone tuning in yet, which is unusual. So hopefully there comes some numbers. So hopefully you're here. Hopefully we're broadcasting okay. You never know sometimes with technology, right? Sometimes it says it's doing something and it's not always doing something. So how is everyone out there? If you're there, please say hello. Barbara's here. Thank you, Barbara, for tuning in today. We hope that you are all having a great day out there. We've been in meetings and we've been driving around, looking at some stuff. So hello, Norma. Hello, Suzanne. See you out there. Hello, Harry. Thank you for tuning in. Our numbers are jumping up there a little bit, up and down. So what's going on? It's been Barbara's out there. Hello. I say hello. Thank you. Hello, June. Barbara is tired today for some reason. I'm a little tired too.
Understandably.
Yeah, we're tired a little bit. We've been doing a lot. So yeah.
On top of like normal stuff.
Yeah, right. Doing extra planning and brain work and physical work and lots of stuff we have going on in the backgrounds. Barbara has a bad day of gig driving. Oh no. Driving is hard, right? We just got back from a semi-short drive. And it just kind of has a tendency to wear you out, right? Because people sometimes are crazy on the road. And you have to be aware of all those crazy people. You can't just like drive in your own world anymore. Hello, Marianne is in today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
The drive over wasn't too bad.
The drive wasn't too bad. We did have somebody like right on our back end coming home though. So that's always nerve-wracking, especially when you're coming down over a big big mountain. And to have somebody like right there, knowing that if you hit your brakes, they're going to be like coming through your back window. Not fun. Let's see. Suzanne says, been stringing and start a new job on Sunday. Sacristan at our church. I don't know that word. I don't know what that is. I don't know things about churches generally. So I don't know what that is. But congratulations. I hope you're enthused about it, and hopefully it's a good thing. Hopefully you're doing it because you want to. Hello, Susan. Thank you for tuning in. Harry says, I posted a new necklace on the Allegory Gallery page. I'm guessing the group. It has copper pewter fish, rose quartz, and tiger cockle shells. Wow, that sounds good. I have not been on Facebook all day, so I have yet to see these things.
Meetings.
Yeah, lots of meetings. Suzanne says, oh, I open and close. Nice. Hello, Carmen. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, we've been driving around a lot, doing a lot of things. My eye is finally starting to clear up a little bit. I'm looking less red. I think I figured out what happened. When something was in my eye, I think I actually busted blood vessels scratching at it. Because that would make sense, because I was scratching in this corner and over here, and that's where it got red, but nothing on top. So I think that's what I actually did, is busted up some blood vessels, and I think that's why it's taking a long time to heal up. But it's slowly healing up and looking better. Norma said Harry's necklace is beautiful. I'm definitely going to have to check that out after this. I have not eaten yet today, so I'm hungry. Very hungry, actually. And so we didn't have time in between. We thought we were going to, we went over to Johnstown to look at some things, and we thought we would be able to stop by, but everyone was closed. We tried to go visit to have lunch. So we didn't get our lunch today, and we had to rush right back here, and we're still late to start this broadcast, but hopefully not too late. I'm thirsty too. I've not drank a lot today. You see my bottle, it's still pretty full. So yeah, that's what we did. What have you been up to? Have you eaten today? Have you had anything good to eat? Let me know.
Did
Let
you
me.
how did they say it? Did you eat yet?
Did you eat yet? Jeet yet? Um, William, get a snack. Don't get sick. I don't think I'll get sick. Hopefully not. But I do need a snack. I'm starting to feel a little, lightheaded when you get hungry. So that's like me today. So if I'm like a little bit out of it, that's why. Barbara says, I see that because I live in Race City, USA. Big trucks and cars that I don't even know what they are. Maseratis and Bugattis. That's insane. That's insane.
Fancy.
That's very fancy too, as Andrew said. Susan said, I just ate a plum. A plum would be nice. I just felt something on my nose. I have a cut on my nose or something now. See, I'm falling apart, everybody. I don't know what's happening here. Babette's cutting me my sleep. No, I think this is from, I wear nose strips at night so that I can breathe. And because I probably need some kind of nasal surgery because I can never breathe at all, ever. So I wear nasal strips, and I think I got ones that are too small this time, and they're cutting into me. Let's see here. Barbara had a sugar-free slushie from the QT. That sounds pretty good too. It's pretty warm here. It's about 80 degrees here today, but it's not. It doesn't feel too bad actually. I think the humidity is low because it actually doesn't feel that bad at all. So, yeah. Barbara says a lot of people use those strips. Yeah, I have to, or I wake myself up like choking because I cannot breathe through my nose most of the time, especially in allergy season. But I've never actually. I can usually breathe out of one nostril at a time, and that's about it. So I have a really hard time breathing during allergy season, and apparently allergy season is extended forever this year. Barbara says QT is like sheets. I figured it was something like that. Norma said just got fresh corn at the farmer's market for dinner. Planning on that with a BLT. That sounds good. That sounds good.
You know where the best BLT I've had?
Where?
Which we don't eat meat anymore, so it makes me sad. But it's called 12 Bones in Asheville, North Carolina, and they would like dredge the bacon in brown sugar and black pepper, and it was good.
Sounds good. Sounds good, right? So what else has been going on, everyone? What have you been doing? Any other personal hobbies other than beading that you've been interested in lately or getting interested in?
Real estate mogul.
Andrew's trying to be a real estate mogul, which is kind of hard on our budget.
Because we don't have a budget.
Because we don't have a budget. I've been trying to exercise more. So I took the cats out. Yesterday for a good time in the yard. Like we took them out for a good while. They were out for about a half hour together. And then I took each one out individually for another 10 to 15 minutes. And that's a long time for them to be out in the yard. And while I was out with them individually, because I could keep an eye on just one, I did some exercising outside in the yard, which was nice.
What?
I know. I did some jumping jacks and running in place, things that I don't want to like bounce around in the house on.
Of fragile things?
Yeah, fragile things to fall off of everything in our house.
It would be like an earthquake.
It would be like an earthquake.
Not
So I did that.
Like heavy duty.
I did some push-ups and some sit-ups, which was nice to do them outside. Of course, then I came in and I was all itchy because I'm allergic to ragweed, and you know our grass in our yard is not necessarily all grass. It's a lot of wild grasses. So there's that. And then, so I did that yesterday.
No wonder why you're so sweaty.
I know. And then I came in and I did some more exercising with my resistance bands, trying to make myself strong instead of weak. So that's what I've been doing. Marion says you do have a budget, just not well funded. I think you actually
have zero. Negative.
I think yeah, our budget is actually negative. So I don't know if you consider a negative number a budget. Because we actually don't have any money to throw around anywhere right now. We're actually still catching up from a lot of stuff, so we're like in the negative right now. I've tried Flonase and Zyrtec. It works okay, but no, I think I really have like, what do they call that?
Apnea.
No,
Deviated septum.
deviated septum or something like that, because my entire life I've never been able to breathe out of my nose. So I do the best I can. Allergy season is really hard. Pristine lawns are overrated. It's true. I like the clover coming up on our lawn, and I like the dandelions and all that stuff. A prolapse septum, maybe. I don't know. I probably should have that looked at, but I can't afford to have my nose done, so it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what's going on with my nose, because it's never going to be fixed, at least in the next few years. And if I've lived with it all this time, I'll figure it out, right? So what else is everyone else doing? I've talked to you what I'm doing. Do you walk the cat, says Barbara. We don't walk them necessarily. We take them out. I used to take them out only one at a time. And the reason we do this is because when they were very young, they got out of the house. They fell out of the screen in the window. They probably just pushed too hard against it, and they fell out the screen. The screen fell out. They fell out, and they got really nervous, and I was really nervous, and they didn't know what to do. So we started taking them out in the yard little by little, one at a time, and showing them like where they're allowed to go. And when they would go too far, we'd bring them back, so they'd start to learn where their boundaries were in our yard. And so now we take them out, and they know pretty much where they're allowed to go and where they're not allowed to go for the most part. Sometimes they try to stray. But now I can take all three of them out together pretty well. And they kind of, you can watch them, and they just stay around the yard, and we just go out for little walks sometimes. And so
Also for Paolo.
hmm?
When Paolo, when he was near the end, we used to take him out for little walks.
Yeah, we tried to take him out more, and he loved walks. So after he passed, we started taking all of them out on more walks, because we know he would have liked it. So we take them out. But now we saw a flea. So I don't know how much they're going to get to go in the yard now if there are fleas. Normally, last year, we didn't have to worry about it at all. We didn't see anything. But this year, we saw a flea. So, and maybe it's the neighbor's dogs. The neighbors recently got dogs. I don't know. But I don't want to have to put collars on them all, because I don't necessarily like having that on them.
Because sometimes when we lived in the apartment, they got fleas, and they had to get a Seresto collar. And sometimes the collars would be so harsh with the pesticides that it wouldn't burn them necessarily, but like their hair would fall out sometimes.
Yeah, but Betsy really has a lot of allergies anyway. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it was just one flea, and there aren't a lot of them. We have to wait, and we're trying to monitor them, and we're doing little checks on them to try to see and watch them if they're scratching too much. But we are going to have company soon, so we don't need a house full of fleas.
I know. That's so embarrassing.
We look like a flea-infested home. So we'll see what happens with that. Our yard, I mean, we pretty much, we live in the middle of town, so generally we don't get a lot of ticks and fleas, but
one time Paolo had a tick on his face, though.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did you get that?
But we can also carry them in on our shoes, so that's another thing that can happen. So you never know. You never know. Barbara says, I think it's a year for fleas, too. Yeah, it might be. It might just be. We didn't have a really cold winter, so sometimes that affects things if they don't die out over winter.
There was somebody who said there's this powder that you can sprinkle around your house, and it's supposed to cut down on ants and fleas, and it's supposed to be not toxic to animals or humans.
We'll have to look into that. Marion says, we really don't have fleas. That's nice. Ticks are really bad this year. Yeah, I've heard of ticks being bad this year. Diatomaceous earth, says Cynthia.
That's one we need to do for the June bugs.
The June bugs,
Japanese
beetles. Watch for skunks. We've seen 3 up here. We've had a lot of skunks around. We smelled a skunk last night. We opened the windows last night because it was so nice. It's getting down into the 60s or 50s at night. So we've been opening our home windows, and there was a skunk that came through. But most summers, skunks come through our property almost every night, or very close, because we smell them almost every night. Just get used to it. Barbara said, I had a wonderful vet in Florida, and that's crucial for cats. They need to go outside. They have a catio, so they get to go out on the catio anyway. So it's a little bit better than just sitting in front of a window. But I do notice an improved difference in Babette, especially. Babette seems to get a little depressed sometimes, and if we take her outside more, she does perk up. So I've been trying to go outside more with them, but now if there are fleas, it's going to be hard. We have to see what we're going to have to do because with Babette's kidney issues, I don't necessarily want to be putting Seresto collars or other, flea collars on them because they end up licking pesticides, really. I mean, that's what it is. So we have to see. We have to see what we're going to do. And she has allergies anyway, so we don't want her losing hair or anything like that. Susan says, today and yesterday were spent, aside from household chores, following current events and getting caught up on reading. Oh, I don't envy that. I don't envy that. Watching videos on acrylic paint pouring. Haven't actually poured any yet. A lot of people seem to have fun with that. I've never done it, but I've seen it done, and people seem to be fun. It's a very skunky year everywhere, right? I like the skunks. I don't mind them at all. Susan says, a few years back, we had to bomb the house due to fleas. The cats had to go to daycare. They probably were carried inside via our shoes during a warm winter. Yeah, that can happen. Fleas and ticks both can be carried in on people. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the animals. So I don't know. Andrew saw one flea. Hopefully we don't see any more. Hopefully that was just it. It was just one. It'll be fine. That's what I'm hoping for. But we may have to watch how much we take them out, which I would hate to do because, like I said, it does help their improvement, their mood. Definitely, I can tell a marked difference when they get to go out more. But they also like to go in the basement because they're not allowed to go in the basement. So sometimes going in the basement is enough. So maybe we'll have to do that more. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for tuning in. Harry said, I watched the January 6th hearings and worked on a new painting. Painting sounds fun. Watching the hearings, I don't think of as fun necessarily, but it is something that's important in this country, though, and what's going on and the result of what happens of all of that. So, yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Andrew's off to his other meeting now. Barbara says, all cats like to do things they're not supposed to do, right? Going in the basement, going in the attic. We have the attic still. I can take them up in the attic because they very rarely get to go in the attic. The attic has kind of eaves that go off, like past the walls, there's the eave. And I don't want them to fall because there's fiberglass insulation in there. So those kind of doors don't really latch well. So before we go up in the attic, we have to make sure those are all closed and sealed up for the cats. So they get to go up there once in a great while, but that is something that, yeah. Susan says, unless there's a tornado warning, our cats stay out of the basement as well. Yeah, and the only reason really, we just generally keep our basement door closed. I don't know why. Probably because we have cats, and now because the cats like to chew on the house plants, and some of them aren't good for them, we moved all the house plants into the basement under grow lights. Which we're probably going to bring a lot of them over here to Star Cottage Studio now that we're more set up here. And so we'll probably bring a lot of those plants over here. But we do, we do lock it up for now. But otherwise, we'll probably, once we bring the plants out of there, they'll probably be more open to running around in the basement. But we also have a room in the basement that has chemicals like paint and paint thinner and all that kind of stuff that we keep down in the basement. So we don't want them in that room either. Our basement, Susie says basements are creepy. Our basement's not really that creepy. Our laundry's down there. It's not a finished basement necessarily, but it's finished enough. It has a concrete floor and, the walls are kind of painted. And so it's finished enough that there's a shower down there and there's a toilet and a shower and we have our laundry down there. And Andrew does his paper making down there. We have a little kiln down there for when Andrew used to do his bead making that needed a kiln. So we definitely have um, some stuff in the basement. That might be where my pottery goes, or it would be in the maybe here at the cottage. We'll see. Barbara says, "I swear to you, that will be fine." Maybe, maybe. Our cats, you thought they would be fine too, but they like to eat lilies and things they are not supposed to eat. Um, and if they fell down into insulation, they would have a heck of a time getting out because it's thick insulation. And it leads to the outs, like it would probably fall through the outside of the house um, because it's just the little aluminum or whatever that's at the bottom. So I do not want to risk that, and I don't want to be trying to retrieve a cat out of fiberglass that I can't even actually walk out to get. So we'll just supervise them. Harry said, "I work in the basement, and the cat's 4 litter boxes are there. I have a cat with me all day. That's nice." Um, we would like to put the cat's litter boxes in the basement. I think that would be a nice thing to do, um, and that way we wouldn't have worry about having to clean up all the cat litter dust sometimes that happens. But we're constantly cleaning that. But until we get the plants out of there, because they do try to eat the plants even when I supervise them in the basement. They like to try to gnaw on things they're not supposed to. Lilies are very bad for cats. Yes, they are. They're super bad. So when I take them outside, Gilbert loves to gnaw on lilies and crocus leaves. Um, they stay away from the grapevine, at least now. But yeah, lilies and crocuses, they are loving, and it's not good for them. And chives, we have chives in our yard, and they love to try to eat the chives. Like I'm constantly chasing them from chive spot to chive spot. So that's why they're supervised where they go. Um, let's see here. Harry says, "I have 2 air purifiers going full time down there." We have a dehumidifier, air purifier going down there too in our basement. We need to get I think we need another dehumidifier. Sometimes when it's really a wet year like this year has been, um, I think we need it. Um, but yeah, it's, I think if we opened the basement door too, it would be a lot better because we do keep it closed all the time. But and there's another door that leads outside under our front porch, which has air holes, so that lets moisture air in. Um, but that door usually stays pretty well closed. But the cats like to go out there too and smell the air from under the porch. So yeah, I'd like to do our basement a little bit better. Right now it's mostly laundry, is what we do there, and that's usually where I shower and get ready at night. Is down in the basement, and that I just think that runs in my family because my grandparents had 3 bathrooms in their house, technically 4, one in the basement, and 2 showers, and they still always use the basement shower and every time. So I think I just got used to that. I grew up there a lot. I stayed at my grandparents a lot, and we could use the other showers if we wanted to, but we all just mainly used the basement shower. Their basement was a little bit better finished than ours, but it's just I got used to it there. Susan says, "I have a couple pots of catnip on the deck. The little cat loves it. The other one could not care less." Our cats love catnip. All of them do. And of course, the boys love valerian root too. So they do that sometimes. I give them little bits of valerian root, not too much. Um, but girl cats aren't affected by it generally. Um, we have barn cats, and I have a fat house cat. No one dies. That's good. If I let Gilbert outside by himself, he would eat all the lilies, and he would be a dead boy. Um, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but he likes lilies and crocuses, and every once in a while I catch him starting to bite into one, and I have to chase him away. Um, he would. I don't know why. Donna says, "Hello, everyone. Had to miss the live yesterday. Lost my sweet Aunt Kay, and her visitation and celebration of life service was yesterday in a town about an hour away from where I live. Sorry you lost her. That's always difficult. Um, but I'm glad that you got to go over and spend time." Let's see here. Janice says, "Our basement is finished on one side. It's been over 20 years since it was finished, so it's seen its better days, but it still works." Yeah, right? We haven't gotten to do a lot in our house because we've been spending all of our money and time here at Star Cottage Studio, and a lot of it goes into the store, making the store look nice. So our house is very lived in, um, but it's nice, it's still nice. We'd like to replace the carpeting, I think, with hardwood and things like that, but and it's old carpeting. I'd just even like to put newer carpeting in, would be nice, and new linoleum down even in the kitchen, even if it is just a linoleum or something, because it's starting to get worn out. But you know, you put your money and your time where you can and what you need, right? Everyone, I think sometimes people think we have a lot of money and stuff because we have a cottage now and we have the store, and but um, really, that's where we put our time and energy into the things that are going to make us more money, hopefully, to continue doing things. Putting money into our house right now, maybe when we retire, we'll redo our house or something, right? But putting money into our house right now wouldn't give us much of a benefit other than the peace of calm, that peace and calm that comes um, with having, like a nicely done home. But um, we're making it. We're fine right now. Let's see here. Oh, my cat used to love catmint and catnip. He loved catnip, right? Donna says, thank you. She was ready. Sometimes, that's one of the things that I kind of, I don't necessarily worry about death so much. Like, I don't want to die. I had a dream once where I died in the dream. And I don't know if you've ever had that. But I will say that in the dream, I died like I was on the floor for some reason. I don't know if I had fallen or I can't remember, but and I was starting to die, and I knew I was dying, like I could feel it coming. And at first, my body fought against it in the dream, and then I just let it go. And I'm full of anxiety normally. Even my dreams have anxiety in them. And it was the most calm I have ever felt in my entire life. And so ever since then, I've not really been afraid of dying. Like, how you die is more of what I'm afraid of. And Donna's saying she was ready. I hope that, we can all go when we're ready. And, when it's time and that people don't suffer too long. And that's the thing I worry about more than anything. So when I hear that people, they go when they're ready, that's, I kind of think that's a blessing, because I don't think the dying part is so much the issue. Um, After having that dream, and I know a dream's not like real life necessarily, but when you're scared to die in a dream, if you've ever been in a dream where you've been dying, it's the same kind of fear that I think you would have in person or when you're awake. Um, and so, like, I just let go of everything, and it was actually the most peaceful I've ever felt in my entire life, I'd have to say. Um, when I finally resigned to it in the dream, and then I died in the dream, and then I woke up. So after that, I was just like, I'm not necessarily afraid of dying. I'm not ready to die. I don't want to die. But the how is sometimes the hardest part, I think. Susan says, I've had that in a dream. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes dying in a dream is scary. Like, I've had a lot of things like wolves eating me. That was a big thing when I was a young child. I would dream of this wolf coming to eat me. I've died, well, I've almost died. I've never actually died in a dream until that point. Things chasing me, cars, especially a lot of vehicle things, careening off of a road, which is why I have anxiety about it, I think. Brakes not working in a car. That was a big one when I was growing up. Even before I could drive a car, I would dream that I was driving and the brakes failed a lot. Or I would drive off the side of a mountain, which is why I get nervous and anxious, I think, now. Um, Donna says, we did get to spend time with my niece and nephew. We all went out to eat at an Italian restaurant right across the street from the church. That's nice. That's very nice when you get to do that, right? Michelle says, my dreams have full detail, colors, feelings. Yeah, mine too. I've actually dreamed in French before too, because when I was speaking French more often, I actually had a dream in French, which they say if you can dream in a language, you're pretty much, getting pretty fluent. And I did dream in French before too. Never in Spanish. Never felt I was fluent enough for that. Marianne says, same for me. She had leukemia and COPD, and the chemo she had didn't work either. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a lot to go through. That's a lot to go through. Barbara says, I think we all die or have terrible dreams. Um, I think it's normal. I think it's normal too. I mean, most people are worried about death. So I think you dream a lot of times about what you're worried about, or those fears come out a lot of times. But the fact that I was completely peaceful about it actually really stunned me. Like that was not because any other time I had died or came close to dying in a dream. Like I didn't actually ever die in a dream. I just knew I was gonna die, but like I'd fly off the side of a mountain in a car, but I never hit the bottom. That kind of thing. Or the wolf was coming to get me, and I knew it was there, and I knew that was the end of me, but I didn't actually feel the process of dying. Um, so the actual piece that came with the resignation to this is it. I'm fine with this. It's over. Really was strange. It was a strange thing. Or I need to seek more therapy, right? Marianne says I don't often remember dreams. I can sometimes do and sometimes don't. I do often remember them immediately upon wakening. And I used to have a journal that I used to write in, and I should do it more now because I do forget them. Even when I'll wake up and I'll say, okay, this is what happened in your dream. And I'll go over it in my head to try and reinforce it. But throughout the day, I'll forget it. Janice says, I rarely dream. It may be that I don't remember them, though. Yeah, could be either one. Some people don't dream a lot. And a lot of people I think don't remember them, but I do remember mine, thankfully, a good bit. So yeah, it's one of those things, right? Some people dream a lot, some people don't. Some people remember them, some people don't. Um, I like dreaming. My dreams are generally pretty okay. I often dream that a dream that I have a lot is that I have an apartment that I'm renting that I forgot about somehow. So I'm always worried that I'm late on rent or late on the mortgage, which probably is my whole life anyway. It's how I am. So it makes sense that I would dream about that. But I dream about having these apartments all over the place, and sometimes I'll visit them, and sometimes they're like amazingly beautiful apartments, and I'm like, how did I get this? What do I do in this dream that I own this apartment? But there was one that I you went into this building and it just looked like kind of a almost like a standalone 2 or 3 story building. And you know how dreams warp as you go on. And you would walk in and you go up the stairs and it was just like a little kitchenette, like a little kitchen scene, and there you went out to a back door. But if you went back out another door, you went up an elevator. Don't know where the elevator came from. And when I walked out of the elevator, there was like this kind of platform and you had to step up onto it. So you would there was like 3 steps, I think. And you walked up 3 steps. And once you walked up 3 steps, that was enough that you were on the side of this mountainside, and it was a completely sheer glass overlooking the ocean, and you were like pinned against the mountainside. So like the elevator somehow took you through the original building, through the mountainside, out to the opening where this was like kind of hanging on the side of the mountainside, or the cliff actually over the ocean. It's crazy. So I do have kind of good dreams like that sometimes. I was driving around in a foreign country, don't know where it was because I didn't know where I was. And I was driving around these streets, but I knew I owned an apartment there somewhere, and I had to get there because I had to make sure I paid the rent or paid the mortgage or whatever it was. So weird. Um, but I do like that because I do remember my dreams and they are pretty vivid. And so Harry says I often have very vivid dreams, and they usually seem to be traveling through cityscapes. Yeah, I do that a lot. Like I said, I had one where I was traveling through another country. I think maybe I don't know, but I was having a lot of fun, and people were all nice and kind, and it reminded me, like, when you think of like the perfect place to live, and if it were a city and everyone knows each other and everyone's happy and fun and just talks to each other and nobody's worrying about anything, everyone's in a good place in their life. That's me. But I often have dreams where I'm in different houses, and in some way I know they're mine. Sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. Sometimes good things happen until bad things happen. But that's just dreaming, right? It's just the way it is. I had this one dream where I was in this house and it was in a city again. And we owned a pretty big house on the block and had this nice large staircase you walked up to, like cement staircase, and with the, I don't know if they were lions but you walked up and it was a nice house and the neighbors were all good. And we were out and something happened. We were going to I don't know if it was a festival or something. We were out in the town just doing stuff. And we all came running home because it started raining. So we're all running home. And then it went dark. The dream went dark. Like then I got into the house and we were closing up and everything. And there was this knocking, this constant knocking that started happening. And I think this knocking was happening actually outside of our house, like our real house. But it was infiltrating my dream, and then it became a bad thing, and something was after us, and it was that. But sometimes they go from very nice dreams to scary in my dreamscapes. Norma says, my dreams are really strange a lot of time and I'm prone to nightmares. I have to be careful of watching or reading things that may trigger that. I sometimes wonder about my brain, right? Don't we all? Don't we all? Oh, let's see here. Susan says, I have dreams fairly regularly about my old workplace or a version of it. Yeah, it's kind of like the school dream, right? Where you, for the longest time, you dream of going to school in your underwear or naked. I've only had that dream like once or twice. I've got to the bus stop and I was like in my underwear, or I was like, oh, I'm naked and I don't have clothes and the bus is coming. Somehow you just suddenly realize that. But mostly my dreams about old workplaces and school especially is that I've missed an entire semester of a class. Like I just didn't go somehow, just forgot to go or just didn't go. And there's this big project or a big test that I'm supposed to do. And I think that all stopped at one point. I had a dream that we had this big project due, and somehow I still didn't do it, and I still passed, and I got an A. I don't know how that happened, but ever since that dream, I've not dreamed that same thing anymore. We'll see if it happens tonight now that I'm talking about it. But I do dream of old houses, like being at my old house or both of my grandparents' houses. Very rare. I don't think I've ever dreamed of being in my own house, which is strange, maybe. Eileen says, my hubby says you'll have nightmares if you eat chocolate before bed. I do that a lot, and I can't say I always have nightmares, but maybe. I don't actually have a lot of chocolate, so maybe it is. Norma says, I do love chocolate. Harry says, I had a same dream several times and got to know the house so well I could describe the entire place. I told my daughter about it. She said it was a description of her friend's house. That's when it gets weird, right? That's when it gets weird when that's never happened to me, I must say. Sometimes I wish I could describe something and somebody would tell me where it was so that I could actually see it. That'd be pretty cool. Susan says, a school dream too. It's like I show up on an exam unprepared, right? Mine is usually not so much an exam. It's that I knew I had all semester to prepare this project, sometimes with a group of people, and we just didn't do it. Like we never went to class. And then I'm wondering, like, am I going to pass that class because I never went to it? How am I going to pass it if I never went to it? And then I think I'm like, I went to it the first few weeks. Maybe that was enough. And then I'm like, why didn't I go to it? What was I doing? What are they going to say I was doing while I wasn't going to this class? That's the kind of stuff that gets me. Suzanne says my old workplace would be a nightmare indeed. Same about my parents' old house, which I grew up in. I vividly remember details in my dream. Yeah. Like I dream about my grandparents' house. I dream about my old house where I grew up in, but I don't actually generally dream about the current house I'm in. And I think that's the case for a lot of my dreams. It's weird. But anyway, we've chatted enough, I think. We're talking about dreams. We're going to look at some Manik Manik again today. Some of these are very different than what we had before. And excuse me, I will say I do believe that every single one of these we only have one strand of. Some of the other ones, we were lucky enough to have a few strands of each. So some of you out there that requested it. I didn't have to deny many requests because we did have one or two of a lot of the most popular ones. But these ones, I'm pretty sure we only have one of each. So if you like them, I've had this ticker scrolling at the bottom of the screen the entire time almost here, just so that you see it. Make sure you see it and it's in your head. If you'd like any of these, take down the lot number that I give you and send us an email to info@allegorygallery.com. I'm going to put that permanently, kind of semi-permanently anyway, right there. So it's nice and big so you can see it. Send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com. The easiest way to do that is to address it to us. In the subject line, put the lot number you want and hit send. So if you do that, that is the easiest way to really get the email to us quickly, so you can hopefully get first in line to get these strands. Like I said, there's pretty much only one of each of these. So we're going to do that quick. And the first email I get is the way it does it. Let's see here. When are you shipping orders? I have 3 pending and it looks like 1 item sold out. If it's sold out, it would have sold out after you. Once you place an order, the online store takes that into consideration. So if things sell out after you place an order, you still got it, as long as our counts are right. We are back to shipping orders today in full force. I've been trying to ship as many orders as I can throughout the week, but as I told you in these other lives, our helper was sick. Well, her daughter who lives with her was sick with COVID. So we didn't want to send out packages that were touched by somebody who may be carrying COVID. That's very important to us to keep you all safe and to keep us safe because we interact with so many people. She got her booster and had a few days to recover from having the booster. And she our helper just today took a test, was cleared negative. Her daughter's going back to work tomorrow, so she's now cleared. So we had her come back today. So shipping began again today. If you have 3 orders, they will be combined and you will probably save on shipping. So you will probably have a refund coming back to you as long as it doesn't go overweight. So that's the one good thing. But if you do need something absolutely positively soon, honestly need it soon, let us know. And all you need to do is send us an email. So some orders have gone out if they're absolutely necessary. And I've tried to get out orders as I could throughout the week that she's been off. Well, not even a full week, the few days that she has been off. But yeah, things are going to be shipping. They started again today. So things should go out in the order that the orders arrived. That's why we've been trying to tell you on these lives that we are a little bit slow. And I think we've said that every day. We are a little bit slow right now because our shipper was off because we did not want to take the chance of her touching packages and sending things out to people if she was a carrier of any sort. It's very important for us to keep you safe and to keep everyone here safe. So they should be going out soon. But we have been shipping a little bit every day. And yeah, so if you'd like anything here, we have one of each strand. Write down the lot number, send it to us in an email. The first email that we receive in our email inbox for that lot number gets it. And then we'll send you out invoices. I have been invoicing for almost everything immediately after, or at least that same night of the broadcast. I still have a few that I have to check on from the last Manik Manik because I wasn't in here yesterday, that came in after we left on Monday. So if you send us an email that came in after we left Monday or anytime yesterday, literally just before we started this video is the first time I've been back here. So I got to check to see if we have duplicate strands because most of them sold out, or a lot of them sold out anyway. And then we'll invoice you for those. So these are going to start at lot number 36, I believe, because we ended on 35. So this is a continuation of the Manik Manik. And are you ready? Hopefully you love it. I love these. Hopefully you do too. Let me flip this camera around and let's get started. And I just realized the other end of the plug that was charging my phone was actually not plugged in. So thankfully, my broadcast didn't die because my phone is pretty dead. Okay, ooh, see, you got a little, almost a preview there. Let's get that to focus. There we go. Okay. Are you ready? Are you all ready? Let me know if you're ready. Let me know if you're ready. Let me know if you're here. And we'll get started. Let me get these organized here a little bit better. They're a little squished together here. All right. We're going to start with lot number 36. Lot number 36. And this lot is $14. $14. And it looks like this. This will be, I believe, the last of the Manik Manik that we have for a sell down like this. And like I said, these are one-of-a-kind strands. I don't think there are multiples of them. I'm surprised that Andrew let them go, but we have some projects coming up, and he decided to part with them. So this is lot number 36 for $14. If you'd like that one, send us an email with the subject lot 36, and we will go ahead and take the first email that comes in. That's the person who gets it. And I'll send out invoices after this show. All right. Lot number 37. This is a big one. Lot number 37, $16. Lot number 37, $16 for these Indonesian handmade glass beads. That's a good deal. $16 for the whole strand. Those are big beads right there. All right, that's lot number 37. One strand of each of these only. Lot number 38 is also $16. Lot number 38 is also $16. And they look like this. Did everyone see Andrew's tutorial yesterday where he showed you how to make little monsters using the Manik Manik? How did you enjoy the tutorial, the monster making yesterday? I thought that was pretty fun. Very cute. So this is lot, what'd I say? Lot 38, $16. Kind of like in a goldfish bowl. Goldfish in a bowl, right? Kind of. Good way to look at it, I think. And of course, because these are old strands, look at I had this all nice and clean. The strands are starting to kind of decay a little bit. These are old beads. Monster Mash was fun, says Marianne. Good. Okay, this is lot number 39. Lot number 39. And it is $12 only. Lot number 39, $12 only. I love this kind of propeller look. I don't know. Swirl. Nice swirl, right? Glad you liked the monster making yesterday. So $12 for lot number 39. And then we have one very similar to lot 39. So lot number 40 is the same style, a different color, but also $12. So this is a darker blue. Same swirl, kind of propeller-like design. Beautiful clear glass, handmade glass beads from Indonesia. Lot 40, $12. All right, lot 41. These are big ones. Lot 41, these are $18. Has anyone made their own monsters yet with anything? Did you try it out on any of your beads? I know some of you have some Manik Manik from us from before. Have you tried it out on any of your beads yet, making little monsters? This is lot 41, and it is $18. These are big beads too. I like these ones. This is one of my favorite strands tonight. Lot 41, $18 only. That's a deal. That's a deal. Lot 42, lot number 42. These are $20 for these. These are the big kind of rounds. And this is where Andrew was talking about how they pull wire through to make that kind of swirl design. You get these rings really hot around here of glass of different colors, and then you pull the wire through. That's something like I did when I was with Calvin Orr doing some beads in Hawaii. He showed me how to make hearts, and you make little dots, and then you pull the wire through, and it pulls it into a heart shape. So these are lot number 42, and they are $20 for the lot. One of each of these strands tonight. There will be no more, so if you see something you like, definitely send us that email quickly to get in on that fun. All right. Lot number 43, and these are $18. $18. These are kind of like, they are like hearts. So a lot of these would be done, most likely, a lot of these started as dots, red and white dots, and then you pull through the dot. Or maybe these were like long lines, like kind of thick lines, and then you pull down through them, and they create that kind of shape. Red, white, and blue. Little hearts. I would call them hearts anyway. So this is lot 43, $18 for the whole strand. One strand available. All right. Lot number 44. Lot number 44 is $14. Lot number 44, $14 for the strand. So you can see again, you got some of this string starting to fall away. These are old strands. We got these a while ago during a buyout at one point, and these are old prices. So you're getting good deals on these. Lot 44, $14. Handmade glass from Indonesia. Handmade. All those beads, every one of them, handmade. Next up, lot 45, also $14. Lot 45, $14. I want you to keep an eye, keep your mind on this one, because the next lot is going to be very similar to this, but it's going to be, this is a matte. The next lot is going to be almost exactly the same, only it's going to be glossy, and you're going to see the difference. I like them both. I don't know which I like better. This is the matte style. This is lot 45, $14. 45, and I'm going to leave this one here just so I can show you. Eileen says, wow, you could be charging your strand price per bead. Some of these, I definitely could be. Some of these could be. That's why these are good deals. These are sell downs. These are like clearing it out, giving you a good deal. You know, we do this kind of thing sometimes when we have projects that we're looking to pay for and things we have plans we're trying to make happen. So we give you good deals so that we can liquidate some of this, right? So next up is 46, and these are $14 for the strand. This is the one that's similar. It's the same style, only it's the glossy version. I think it would be cool if you got both and you kind of alternated or used them. So the bottom one here is lot 45 for $14 for the strand. The top one is 46 for $14 for the strand. All right. So there are those. Let me put these back in the order they need to be so that when I go through my spreadsheeting, hopefully people are claiming some. I'll have them in order so it's easier. Lot number 47. Lot number 47. This is a unique lot. $14 again. Lot number 47. $14 for these tube shapes. Lot number 47. $14. Those are pretty colors. And they look a little bit orange on my screen. They are more of a pink color. They're a pinky color with green. All right. Lot 48, also $14. Lot 48, also $14. $48, $14. One strand of all of these that I'm showing you only of each available. So first person to send us an email gets it. You can wait to send your email at the end for everything you want, or you can send individual emails. A lot of times for these, especially these one of a kind, the individual emails as quickly as you can are often best to secure what you want. But if you don't really need, you know, or no, you don't have a, like, I need that strand, then you can send them all at once at the end if you want. Lot number 49. Wow, 49. This is only $14 too. These prices, $14, handmade Indonesian glass beads. Lot 49 you're seeing here. I love this one. And the next one. The next one's similar to this. So this is blue, like a navy blue with white, yellow, and orange. And then lot number 50 coming up here. Lot 50 for also $14 is very similar, but with a black instead of a navy. Black, white, orange, and yellow. Those would be good for Halloween, maybe, right? Use that in your Halloween jewelry. That's lot number 50 for $14. All right, now we're going to take a little break, because I know if you've been watching and you're like trying to send emails and watch and keep up, it can be a little difficult. So we're going to take a little break in between. Oh, so how is everybody? Are you liking this so far? Hopefully you're liking it. Like I said, some of the ones we did on Monday, we had a few of them, some multiples. So a lot of people were able to get the ones they wanted. I don't think I had to turn many people down, if at all. These ones, however, there is only one of each strand. So, and these are Pretty unique, actually. Um, a lot of these I've not seen much like them before. Marianne says, again, too many pretty beads for my budget. That's okay sometimes, right? That happens to all of us. It definitely happens to us. And when that happens to us, that's when we just look at the beads, right? Look at the beads and plan for the future. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Some of these, if they don't sell here, we might put them in the online store, or they might go back into Andrew's his little hiding hole. So you never know. A lot of these Andrew was planning to use them to make kits and make things with. So if they don't sell, he may continue that plan. I guess it depends on how many come back or how many don't sell. So we'll see. We'll see. Sylvia says, wonderful beads, tuned in late. I'll go back to watch the replay. That is one thing I will mention. I see you're on Facebook, Sylvia. If you watch on YouTube, you can't go back in time during the live so that you can kind of quickly scan back through even while the live is playing and check out what you missed. So like during this break that we're doing right now, you could be going back to look at the lots that you may have missed. And I know sometimes that's taking the chance of not being live. So there's also that, but you can jump back and forth on YouTube where you can't on Facebook. Marianne says, oh, Diane says, Wally tried to put his feet up on the table while I was getting his dinner and he started whining and crying like something hurt. He can't jump up on the couch either, so I am distracting myself here. Nice. Marianne says, I did request one strand. Well, hopefully you got it. Hopefully you got it. Okay. Now that we've had a little bit of a breather, and I'm going to take one more drink, and then we're going to move into lot 51. We have up through 75 today. So we're at 51 coming up of up to 75. If you're just tuning in, we started at 36 though. We started continuing from where we left off on Monday. All right. So lot number 51 at only $20. I don't know how this is only $20. $20 for lot number 51. I have a feeling that somebody is sending an email for this right now already, because look at those. Those are fun. All those little cane works going in there and added onto those. You get a whole strand of those. So lot number 51, $20 only. $20 only. Lot number 52, $18. Lot number 52, $18. These are fun. These little kind of teal and white swirls. That's lot 52, $18. Only one of each strand available tonight. So get those emails in quickly if you see something that you really, really love, so that you don't get the chance to miss it. Lot number 53. These are cool. These are really cool. $14. Lot 53, $14. And that's these. They're kind of an attached bead. It looks like they're just kind of on there, but they're an attached bead. So you can see each bead looks like that. These are really cool. So you get a whole strand of those. Lot number 53, $14. Sylvia says, just saw Babette's blood test in May for kidney functions results. How's she doing? Her last test that she got, her numbers were much, much better. I don't know if you saw that one or if you saw the before one. Her numbers were very high. They came down. So her numbers were good, and we have to go back soon. The appointment is soon to take her back just to have her tested again to see if the numbers are staying lower or what's going on. So we have to, we don't know yet. But last we know, her numbers did come down, and she was, they kind of at that point cleared her from probably not going um, into what do they call it? Chronic kidney failure. So she didn't have to get on any type of IV liquids or fluids or anything like that. But they're going to keep monitoring her every so often, and she has an appointment coming up to see how she's doing. All right, so that is lot 53 for $14. I'm thinking that's probably gone already, but who knows? Send an email if you love something. Lot 54 coming up is only $14 as well. Lot 54 right here. Marion says, Miss Babette, keep those numbers down. I know, right? She slowed down on eating here over the last few days, so I've been a little bit worried about her. That's one of the reasons we spent so much time outside yesterday, is to kind of hopefully perk her up. But she also slows down on eating when she gets bored of the food. And I do order from Chewy, and they get the same food. Every month a new shipment comes, but it's mostly the same because there is they like particular food in general. But if she has even that too often, she can sometimes slow herself down on eating. So I picked up, I went to the 2 different local supermarkets because cat food is really hard to find right now, at least around here. So I went to 2 different local supermarkets and picked up some stuff that she normally never hasn't had a chance to try, or some stuff that I've used in the past that she liked, but we can never find it. So I went to another town over on my way home from work from my other job, and stopped and got some stuff that she hasn't had or has had in the past, but we can't usually find it around us. And she has started to pick up eating a little bit more again. So hopefully that's all it was, is she's just showing her boredom with her normal meal. But we do have a vet appointment soon to get her in and have her numbers checked again. Susan says, yes, trying to find my cat's food has been challenging at times. Yeah, it really, sometimes. That's why we order from Chewy, and at least because we're on a subscription, like we get the same thing, they can kind of, I think, prepare for it a little better. So we do often get what we request from them, which is good. So I highly recommend that if you have a hard time, get on a subscription plan with them. And even though our cats sometimes get tired of what they get, at least they have some food. So he says, good news, so happy for her and for the both of you. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully things are going okay. Marion says, finding cat food hasn't been a problem, but cat litter can be scarce. See, we've, knock on wood, had no issue finding cat litter, but the cat food shelves at our local supermarket, even though it's a pretty good supermarket, they can be pretty bare, especially for the food we feed them. This is lot number 55. I don't want to just talk about our cats and not show you things. Lot number 55, this is $14. So our local supermarket is really good, but our cats are very particular. We try to feed them better food than just, luckily, we put, they probably eat more money's worth of food than we do sometimes. But because Babette does have kidney issues and Barnaby has some lung issues, we try to make sure that they have pretty good food. And that can be sometimes hard to find. And they're also picky. If you get into food that's like too good, like too much like real meat and stuff, they don't eat it. So we have to watch what we feed and try to make sure we give them the same things that we can find. So this is lot number 55, which I really think is cool. $14. There are these kind of nice, see, these strings are falling apart. These are so old. I told you, a lot of these are vintage. I don't want to pull on that string much more because I think it's going to fall right apart. So if any of you get beads that are not on the string anymore and they're in a bag, it's because the string fell apart. Just so you know, sometimes that happens. People are like, this isn't what you showed. No, it's the same thing. It's just in a bag because the string fell apart. Lot number 56 is also $14, and it's another one of these types, just in a darker color. So this is lot number 56, $14 for all those beads. A whole strand, $14. Not expensive, I think, at all. I think these are old prices. So, you know, you're getting a good deal, I think, for modern day prices versus old prices. Lot number 57 coming up, also $14. Lot number 57, $14. These are handmade glass beads from Indonesia. Each bead is handmade. They are lampwork beads. That's the same for all of these strands. Every one of these handmade glass from Indonesia. This is, I keep having to look because I don't do well with keeping things in my brain. 57, lot 57, $14. I visualized a caterpillar with these beads, right? They kind of look like it. They kind of do. Michelle says, yes, very old prices, right? They are. They're old. So old the strings are starting to fall apart on the strands. All right, so that was lot 57. Moving on, lot 58, also $14. There's a theme here, right? $14. Diane said those last ones look like good monster beads. They look like they have eyes, right? Some of them even look like eyes and a nose if you position them just right. But this is lot 50, did I say 58? 58 for $14. This is kind of the dot swirl dot bead again. Dot dash dot or dash dot dash. $14 for this lot here. You get a whole strand for $14 of handmade lampwork glass from Indonesia. Remember, if you want to purchase from this video, take down the lot number I'm giving you and send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. You can use the lot number as the subject so that you don't have to worry about even putting anything in the body, and just send it. It's the fastest way to send it. Lot number 59, $14. I guess whenever we got these beads, they were in the mood for this dot slash dot pattern because there are a number of them like this. But I think it's really pretty. These were with a buyout we did a while ago, and they've been in Andrew's collection. He's letting some of them go because we have projects to fund. So we're letting them go at really, really, hopefully easily sellable prices, old prices. So again, lot 59, $14. These may go into the online store if we don't sell them, but most likely Andrew will grab them and put them back in his collection. So, you know, they may not be available after this. It's always a possible thing. This is lot number 60. Lot number 60 of the up to 75 we're doing today. And this is $18. Lot number 60 is $18. And they are these tubes. Handmade glass tube beads. I like the tube beads a lot. They're a good way to add space in your designs, right? Just a little block of space. They're also nice if you do like this and you suspend them on your wire or your chain or whatever and just add them like that. These are also large enough that they could be a pendant if you wanted to. Suzanne says, I'm looking through my stash to see what beads I can make monsters out of. Nice. I'm glad you all liked that. I think that was a fun tutorial. You asked for some way to use the Manik Manik, and he came up with that. I think that was really fun. Lot number 61. These are only $10. Lot number 61, $10 for these handmade beads. These kind of coin beads. And these are kind of like a lavender purpley gray color. Kind of like a purpley gray color. So there you go. You get a whole strand of that for 10 bucks. 10 bucks, everyone. Where are you going to find that again? I certainly don't know. I don't even know if I could buy these for $10 nowadays. Next up, lot 62. Lot 62.
According to an Alexa Answers contributor.
Alexa, stop. Alexa thought I was talking to her. This is lot number 62 for $14. $14. And these are just these kind of disc beads. Handmade glass disc beads. And they're kind of that purpley color, kind of purpley, you know, when it's purple brown, that kind of color. That's the kind of color they are. But these are really useful for using as spacers or just adding a little interest in between something. That's like when I was doing this bracelet for the Mermaid Serenade Challenge in our make-along we did, I used these kind of disc beads because I didn't want to put all of these together, but I also didn't want to use just a little, like I didn't want to use like one of these because it would have been too much of a size difference jumping up and down in size difference. Eileen says, you made Alexa stop my TV. They're not supposed to listen to me, right? Sometimes they do. But so these little disc beads like this, like these, they're nice when you're looking for something that's around the same size, but you want to change it up a little bit, but you don't want to go up and down in size. So I like these. This is lot number 62 for $14 only. A whole strand of those for $14. Handmade glass beads from Indonesia. Okay, trying to get my tags in the right place. Lot number 63, only $10. These are pretty simple, but they are nice. And when I say simple, I mean kind of simple, but they're like a pinch bead, like a check pinch bead. They're three-sided, triangular shaped. Lot 63, these are only $10 for a whole strand of these beautiful green beads. I love that color. It looks like a I don't know. And on some of these, as you will see, like this one of these cracked off. I'm trying to show them when they're like that. But some of these, because they are so old or they've been banged around, some of them do have cracked or missing beads. Like I said, I'm trying to show them when I see that so that you can see, especially with these one-of-a-kind strands. So that's only $10 for lot 63. If that doesn't sell, I'll be surprised because that's a beautiful green color. Marianne says, nice green, right? It is. It is. Okay, these are interesting. I've not seen the Indonesian glass in this shape before, and we have a few of these coming up here. So if you like these, I say get them, of course. Lot 64, only $14 again, and they're these. Lot 64, $14. This beautiful kind of oceany blue color. Lot number 64, $14 for a whole strand of those. You done? Andrew's back.
I'm here.
He's back just in time for the last like 10. Last 10.
So what'd you all do?
We looked at a lot of beads, talked about dreams, talked about cats.
Okay.
That was lot 64. We're moving on to lot 65. 65 of the 75 today. This is lot 65, $14 for these. They're kind of like a clear light green color.
I love these big ones that are flat. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna, who has what's that thing called? A silhouette or a cricket?
Oh, cricket cutter.
Yeah, you can use the vinyl and then make whatever shape or pattern, and then use armor etch, and then you can etch the surface of the glass, and you can make your
Ooh.
own custom.
Custom etched.
That's why I got these big flat ones originally.
Lot 65, $14. One strand of each of these tonight.
Are people watching?
We have 20. It's low today. Low today. But we do have at least 20. So thank you, all you 20 out there, 19 now who are watching. Lot 66. Lot 66. This is $12. Lot 66. $12. And for all of you who are watching now, we thank you, and you do get the best chance of getting these things when we do shows like this if you watch during the live, if you're able to.
Yeah, some of these we only have one.
As I said, I think all of these tonight, we only have one strand of each. So this is lot 66 for $12 only. I love this one. I love this one and the last one. I like the greens. You know I like green. If you watch this, I like green.
They glow.
Michelle says that green is lovely. I agree. Lot 67. Lot 67 is $14. Lot 67 is $14. And they're kind of these swirled hearts again. Kind of hearts.
That's one of the ones they dragged.
That's what I was telling them. They're like the ones you talked about using the wire to drag through.
It's true.
So I did that when I was working when Kelvin was showing me stuff in Hawaii. That one time I was lucky enough to go to Hawaii. Lot 67, $14.
They were talking about having me come back out.
Whoa. Okay, everyone, we're going to take a little short break to let you catch up.
Who's ready?
What do you have to show them, Andrew?
I don't know.
What are you going to do for intermission?
I don't know because I just got here. Did you show my bracelet?
We showed that yesterday or Monday.
Well, here it is again.
Here it is again, everybody.
Here's the front. Here's the back. It looks kind of messy, but like in the best, like neck mess, but like wrist mess.
Let me see.
Wrist mess looks like a new trend.
Right?
Oh, I did work on some.
So you heard that, I'm sure.
It was like the scene from The Witches of Eastwick when the pearls go everywhere.
I did that with seed beads on a string the other day over in that table.
Yeah, I know. I saw you. Better pick it up.
Yeah. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
Thanks.
Looks good as a wrist mess.
So I started this new thing, and I was playing with the tension, so it kind of curls up. But the idea was to make a little thing and then put a Manik Manik so that another little monster friend idea.
Little monster. I like that idea. That looked good.
If you didn't see it, I made this one yesterday.
You made 2 yesterday, right?
Yeah, that one is not for showing.
He's not proud of the other one.
Yeah, it looks terrible. Rejected.
Rejected. This new one reminds me of something. Is there a cartoon or something that's like this?
It reminds me of Monsters Inc.
Maybe that's it.
You know, the one with the green one eyeball.
Diane says, "Ooh, I like that with the curled legs."
You know, the only thing though is that you have to figure out a mechanism for it to hang because this is actually pretty stiff. Like this is fairly stiff.
Yeah, you aren't going to straighten these out.
No, if you did, the beads would break.
Yeah.
So that was me playing around yesterday after the live.
I was wondering what you were doing here.
Stitching.
Making stitches.
And figuring out like how to do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that exists in the world. I'm sure somebody's like, yeah, it does.
They're like, yeah, it does.
Yeah. Diane Fitzgerald. No.
All right. So let's look at lot 68. Let's jump back in. Lot 68, we're going to 75 today.
Arrive Alive, 75.
Arrive Alive, 75. We're on lot.
Who's ready?
Who's ready for lot 68? These are $20. $20 for lot 68.
I'm sure we're going to be finding these beads for all time now.
Uh-huh.
Though I picked up
16
many.
years from now. Isn't that the way it is?
We extended our table today. We were like, oh my gosh, the table's so crowded. And then I was like, but wait. There's more.
And there was.
And now we can spread them out.
Now we can really spread it out and make it even more jumbly.
Yeah, even more things.
68. This is $20 for lot 68 if you're interested in this. More eyes. Can you see? Andrew picked some of these out today.
Correct.
Suzanne said the cats will find them. Maybe when they come over.
Maybe.
They're too busy. Barnaby's too busy. He's running around looking at stuff. Lot 69. Lot 69, more eyes, $20 for this strand. This is lot 69, $20 for that strand.
Yeah, I was and just now I was in a metalsmithing meeting, and that was fun. It's so neat when people can like nerd out on the thing that they're interested in, and people get it. Like they're also book collectors of jewelry, metalsmithing books, and people are like, I have that book. Wait, no. Here's this book. If you like that book, then you'll like this book.
Lot number 70, $14.
Well, I was like, trouble.
Trouble, yeah. We got projects to fund, not books to buy.
Well, you don't know that.
I do know
Why
that.
not both? Why not both?
You better sell more of your beads then.
Yeah, people buying stuff.
I don't know. I can't see.
Do people like this, or are they tired of it?
We only have 20 people today, so
They're over it.
it
They're
might be
like,
over the live sales. Go back to here's on the online store sales.
Oh no.
Lot number 70, $14 for that. Those are pretty cool.
Which one is it? Oh, those little ones. They look like Christmas candy.
They do look like Christmas candies.
Who's making stuff for Christmas?
Anybody making stuff for Christmas already?
I think
Christmas
Michelle
in
was.
July. Christmas in
Michelle
July.
Is Michelle watching today?
Michelle was here.
I think she was making stuff for Christmas. I'm ready for Halloween.
Marianne said us regulars love these. Good.
Oh, good.
Now this one we had before, but we have one more strand of it.
Oh, we did it before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Andrew
sorry.
pulled one we did already, but that's okay.
Wait.
He says, but wait, there's more.
I have one of this strand.
That's we're doing singles today. This is a double. So I won't show this one. We'll use this one in case somebody orders. So we have one of these strands. I'm not going to tell you which one has doubles.
All right. Let me correct this. Tell them a story about
Tell
life
the story.
today.
Just, I already talked about life today. It's 71.
Are you excited about the new building?
We didn't talk about that.
Oh,
Can't let everybody in on all the secrets.
why there are people.
We looked at a building today. Andrew's insistent on trying to get us a building.
Dude,
I don't know how. I don't know
I'm
how
gonna
he's
do
gonna.
the secret. I'm gonna do the secret, y'all.
Y'all know the secret.
It's gonna be the secret. What number was that?
71.
All right.
How much?
Um,
You're,
I think pick one.
I don't know. I don't know what.
Well, we looked at a building. It was really cool. We're doing. I kind of mentioned it yesterday. We tell them about it. We went to a little shop next door.
We did. There was a nice little crystal shop next door. We walked in. And they have tarot cards and crystals, and they do readings. And it's a cute little shop. And there was a shop that was closed, unfortunately, when we got there, and a cafe that was closed when we got there.
I think they were open earlier, but
Yeah, we just missed it. We missed it. Okay, lot 71. Lot 71. Andrew has dreams of starting a new store. That's why we're looking at buildings, everyone.
well, because beads are so very feast or famine that we need to think of a new kind of avenue. And we've been working on an idea for several years. We started an idea back in 2018.
Yeah, many of you may, if you've been watching us since then, have heard about Alan Hart.
And so I felt that it was the time.
He says the time is coming.
And also, I want to play like Monopoly.
So this is a slightly smaller strand maybe than some of these, but this is only $14 for this strand, and it's lot 71. Lot 71. Let's see. Diane says, I love seeing the beads. I am just going to have to really watch my spending till the world goes back to normal because my bills keep going up, but my paycheck is not. We know that's happening. It's happening to us too. We certainly know. Susan says, the home interior store?
It might not be that in the end.
Yeah, it may change what it's going to be, but we're probably still going to use that name. It may have something to do with that. We're still tossing around ideas of what we could do.
It depends how much space we can get.
This is lot number 72.
Also, what kind of funding are available. So Jenny's coming on Sunday. Did you tell them about that?
No, you did yesterday.
Will you tell them again? Or you just...
You know more about that than I do. I just got a message, Jenny's coming Sunday.
Well, Jenny's coming Sunday. We're going to talk about some of her work in maybe enameling. And she's going to be my replacement at Contemporary Craft. So I don't think there's anything juicy to tell about that.
So this is lot 72 at $20, in case I didn't say. 72, $20. She's an enamelist from Pittsburgh.
Well, she lives in Pittsburgh area now,
Mm-hmm.
but she's originally from Louisville.
Lot 73, $20.
I need to practice on how to say her last name. Is it Di Benedito?
Di Benedito. I think it's Di Benedito.
Is there an N in there?
Bene. I think it's Benedito. Di Benedito.
She's on the Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Studio _ Di Benedito.
Yeah, she's nice.
Whoops.
Let me do it in case.
I was going to do it on camera. We're going to show your passcode.
I know. I got learned correct because somebody.
Jenny Di Benedito, enamelist, going to take Andrew's place as the Metal Studios
Artist in residence
at Contemporary Craft. So she's going to be joining us Sunday. So we might go live, we might do a podcast, we might do all of that. So stay tuned. This again was lot 73 for $20. We have 2 more lots to show you before we're done with the show today, and I get to eat.
Is that why your energy is weird?
My energy doesn't, I don't know if it's weird, but I've been doing a lot.
He says hungry, hungry.
Yeah, it's almost been 2 hours. We've been doing this. Lot 74, $20. Can you see these? These are a little bit hard to see.
Those are kind of like those vintage Japanese ones.
Mm-hmm.
Who liked that vintage glass we had before?
A lot of people, since we sold a bunch of it after.
Well, this would go with some of it.
That would definitely go with some of it. So
It
this
has
is
Rasta colors, or am I making that up?
no, it does have a lot of that.
Red, green, yellow, and black.
Mm-hmm. Rasta.
Well, I
So-
feel like we should listen to the Bob Marley now.
So this is lot 74 for $20. And the last lot of the evening. Lot.
Who's ready?
Who's ready? Lot number 75 for $20.
No, there is a broken one on that one.
Yeah, I know. I've been showing them any broken ones, trying to show you any broken ones out there. So you know.
That's reflected in that, because this is a long strand.
So there's that broken one right there.
I may have another strand of that in one of the boxes in case people want that.
So there you have it. Lot number 75 for $20. All right. And that, my friends, is the show for today. Let me flip this camera around. We'll say a quick goodbye. My eyes are drying out today, too. Issues, just issues. Hungry, eyes drying out,
Shivering, crying,
shivering, crying, falling apart.
weeping gently.
No, if I was weeping, my eyes wouldn't be dry.
Dryly weeping.
Dryly weeping. So
Weeping angel,
that's
like a
the show for
statue.
today. If you liked any of those, send us an email with the lot number. And I'm going to be going through that like now. I'm going to go start building the spreadsheet. No, actually, when I get home, not now.
What's
I
tomorrow?
don't have my computer here.
What's tomorrow?
When Thursday.
I'm in contemporary craft tomorrow.
Okay.
It's my last day.
It's his last day.
So if you want to see me at Contemporary Craft and you're in the Pittsburgh area, come by.
Make sure you tell him.
Well, yeah, because if you show up and I'm not there,
That happened before.
well, she was gonna. Okay, listen. So she said she wasn't gonna come, and then she came, and then
And
so
he was gone.
I already left because I was like, if I'm gonna sit here by myself, I could be in my comfort clothes instead of this pinchy hard pants.
So when are you going to be there tomorrow?
12 to 4, definitely.
12 to 4 in Pittsburgh at Contemporary Craft on Butler Street. If you'd like to visit Andrew, it's his last time in Pittsburgh probably for a while.
I took most of my supplies home. So I don't know what I'm actually going to work on because I already cleared out my
You
locker.
can take a few, find something and take a project.
I know. But I think I'm going to do my wallflower piece tomorrow. I don't know if I mentioned that. So when I was in Providence, I got this bout of shyness, like this extreme shyness.
You did.
And I don't know why, because everybody's nice and there was alcohol. I didn't have any at that point, but, social lubrication. And then, so I was thinking about the idea of the wallflower, which is actually a real flower. Did y'all know that?
Because we stood by the wall a lot.
Yeah, my behind like melded with the wall. And then somebody came by and they're like, "You want me to introduce you?" And I was like, maybe." And William's like, "Isn't this why we came here?"
I'm like, I don't know Andy. He's like, I know that person. He's telling me all these people he knows from the internet.
I know. It's because I don't want to say I stalk them, but I appreciate them from far on the internet.
Diane did not know it was a real flower, she said.
Well, I could be making it up, so you'd never know.
I
But
think it is.
there is a charming coming of age. What is it? Charming? Would you consider the perks of being a wallflower charming?
I don't remember it.
I think it dealt with mental illness, so it may not be charming, but it was coming of age. So in theory, it's charming, right?
Sure.
But there is a book, and then they made it into a movie, and it's supposed to be based in Pittsburgh. But anyway, so I was thinking about this idea of being a wallflower. So I was going to make a piece, one of my self-portraits, that was like botanical, but like also that you would hang on the wall.
So that might be what he does
sculpture.
tomorrow.
So we'll see if I
So go
actually
hang out
do
with
it.
him and see if he does it. Make him do it.
Or distract me.
No, don't
and
distract
then
him. Go
I'll
make
do
him
it
do
later.
it. Somebody go to Pittsburgh and make him do it.
Well, Allison's not going to be there, so I was like, who's going to distract me from my work? She doesn't
Nobody.
really distract me, but we do get into talking festival.
All right, everyone. So if you want to go visit Andrew for his last day in Pittsburgh at Contemporary Craft for the artist in residence position, go do it. Go do it tomorrow.
Yeah, because then there's no more.
There's no more.
I'm going to try to get him there and do a blog for the last day. So we'll see if that happens or not, or if I miss the boat completely.
Could happen.
They're
All
going
right.
to be like, no.
All right, I
No
gotta go.
pride for you.
My eyes are starting to get itchy and I can't touch them because I've just touched a lot of old beads. So
Yeah, then you really will get the pink eye.
I know. So thank you all so very much. And the more I think about it, the itchier they're getting. So thank you all so very much. And we will see you back here. At least I will. I don't know if Andrew will tomorrow. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever it is in your neck of the woods. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye now.
See ya.